The podcast is about courage. Where did you find the courage to, number one, decide to be a lawyer, number two, a litigator, number three, get up on the stage and be a comedian, which definitely takes some guts and stuff. Where did you find that courage?
I think, I think a little bit of it is, you're born with it. Some of it is just your personality. I was that kid trying to, crack jokes and entertain my mom's friends at her Tupperware parties as a kid. And I think a lot of it also comes from having parents who were really supportive of me. And, anything that I said I wanted to do, they said, absolutely, you were able to do that. Even when I wanted to be a comedian, they said, yes, you can do that. But then when I said I wanted to be a lawyer, they were a little bit more supportive, I think, of that idea. But yeah, it's, I think that kind of household that I grew up in, that kind of support, put me in a position where I felt like there wasn't anything I couldn't do.
And then we talk about like different types of courage, intellectual courage, the constant learning, being able to set aside your knowledge to make room for new knowledge, empathetic courage, social courage, saying what needs to be said, even if it's unpopular and stuff. Is there a type of courage you think is most important?
Yeah, I think that, and it might be one of the types of courage that I struggle with the most, but have been working on, for myself. And I think that's the emotional courage, which I see as, the ability to be vulnerable, the ability to have, some humility and recognize that you don't know anything, and put yourselves in positions where, you are able to be hurt. But that's also the kinds of things that bring the most joy. I mean, having a child, having a young child, and watching, that kid grow up in the world is, one of the most fear-inducing experiences I think that, a human can have. And, trusting your child to make decisions and grow up and potentially even make mistakes, knowing that, they're going to make mistakes, and having kind of the ability to step back and allow that to happen is a courage that is tough for me, but I think could also be, extremely beneficial.